Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and today I was going to share with you some yarn mail, and then an update on a project, and so a whip, and then something I bought at the store that I thought was super cute. So the first thing that I got, I went over to DIY Creation 7, and I used her promo code. Actually, technically, I hadn't even watched her video yet. And I just remember she had done an unboxing of a knit crate. And so I used her promo code to get a knit crate, and then I sent her a message. I was like, hey, thanks for having the promo code so I get a discount. And she sent me a thank you card and thanked me for ordering using the promo card on her knit crate, for her knit crate. And then she sent me some yarn. Isn't that super nice? Completely unexpected. This is a gray twist marled sock merino wool Peruvian Highland wool nylon fingering weight, and that's what it looks like. I already smelled this yarn, so I won't be doing it again on video, but yeah, so that was super nice. I was completely unexpected. 437 yards, so thank you very much for that. Then I am going to try to make some amigurumi. I said it. And so this is who, I'll put a link in the description below. This YouTuber has a channel called the Dabbling Hook, and she made these super cute superhero dolls. Now first I messaged her and I was like, hey, can I buy one of those? But turns out she'd already gifted them out or got rid of them. Well, gave them, sold them, whatever. And so I was like, oh shoot, now I'm going to have to actually try. Now the reason I wanted to try them is I felt like they looked like, to me, something I could do better for making a doll. I see a lot of these dolls that have all these arms and legs that you have to sew on separately, and they looked a little difficult for my initial amigurumi talents. So I found, she mentions the person that designed them. I want to say it's Friendly Fox. And so I am going to try that doll. There's one other. There's a unicorn on Ravelry that I also was going to try. So the whole reason that I'm mentioning that is I then ordered off of Amazon. I got my Amazon Prime mail, some eyes and noses. Got a little kit. So that is on my list, like 3 or 4 items down, to make a doll and to make that unicorn. These are a little bigger than I thought I would like. Let's take them out and see what they look like. There are some really giant eyes in this kit. I did get a $10 one, and I don't remember how many they said were in the kit, but yeah, here's some black eyes, black and clear eyes. Here's some blue, there's green, there's even some gold. I'm not really sure what, maybe brown. So yeah, here's a whole kit of eyes. Actually, I thought there were noses in here, but I don't see any noses. So here is the smallest eye, I'll show you, compared to the largest eye. So there. So I ordered these, so I'm going to try some amigurumi. Like I said, I think this pattern that I found, I'll put a link in the description so you can see it. It's going to be an easy one for me to start with because it just looks like a full body crochet that I don't even know where to put this, right here, that I'm not having to glue on a bunch of body parts. That is what is frustrating to me. Although I did get a really good trick from Wanda on Rolling Through Life. So if you watch her yarn talk, I think number 6, she has a really good trick that she talks about in there on how to get her amigurumi together. The other thing that I bought, which I got this at Walmart, it was $4. It was in the clearance row, so I don't know how good of a chance you have to pick one of these up. It's called a media case. So I'm guessing at some point it was in the video game section. It has a nice little pocket here, and I put my knitting needles in it. And then I have these two that I haven't opened yet. It does have these like little strappies. I'm not sure that I actually will utilize them right away. As of right now, I'm just sticking my knitting needles on that side like this. Whoop, there goes one. And then I have the one that I already lost the packaging to right in there. And then it has another zipper side, and this one has a zipper right here, and this has two pockets right here. And again, I'm just laying these knitting needles that I got at Joann's clearance rack right in there. So this is the way I'm storing or carrying my knitting needles that are circulars. As you can see, kind of up there, I have an old juice pack that I peeled the label off, and I put my stand-up needles in there. So that is the item I bought. The other day, I did a video on these placemats, and there was a lot of questions about them. So here are the answers that I have. I've never washed these yet because I haven't even put them on the table. But they're made of cotton, so I'm guessing that I'm going to have to wash them in cold, probably a cold setting in my washer, a hand wash, and then I'm going to have to stretch and lay flat to dry. If you're concerned about shrinking, which is a concern with cotton, I would maybe make them a bit bigger in size than maybe you would expect. So I thought maybe I'll whip out my tape measure, and I will tell you how big I made. Oh, here's the good one. How big I made them. So they're about 14 inches tall, 14 inches from here to here, and they are 15 inches across. So if you're concerned with shrinkage, I would suggest adding 2 inches on either side of your desired, size. And to be honest, if they're a little bit bigger, I don't think that matters that much. So yes, I think there is a possibility that cotton could shrink, especially if you just toss it in the dryer. I have a feature on my dryer that is called like a no heat cycle. And it basically, I don't know where it gets the cold air from, outside or somewhere, and it just fluffs them around in cool air. And I do that sometimes for 5 minutes with a project that maybe is really damp. And then I lay flat to dry in shape. So yes, I do think they could shrink. Keep that in mind. Yes, somebody else mentioned, I do think maybe it'd be a good idea if you had a couple more inches on it, having a little bit more space, but I sewed my pocket right to the edge. Now, another person suggested that I put a border on my placemats, and maybe you could do that, and that might add to the, the separation between the edge of the pocket and this. I think they suggested a shell or a picot edge, and I might actually go and do that, except for I used up all the cotton for some of these, and I'd have to go buy more, right? So you could put a border on these, and that might make them look very lovely. So let me think, what else did people ask? I use cotton from Walmart. I just grabbed like 5 or 6 skeins, and yes, I do think they'll shrink if you put them in a warm dryer. Lay flat, stretch to dry. I also think that's a really good point about laying flat and stretching, is then you can reshape it, because I've always noticed that cotton sometimes, pulls differently because it's a natural fiber. It doesn't hold its shape as well like acrylic will. And adding a border. So I think those are the questions I mostly got from folks. Another person asked, and I'll also type an answer to them in their question. The dishes that I had are probably 13 to 15 years old. I got them as an engagement gift. It's false craft. At the time that I got them, they were at Target. Target had false craft dishes for a short time. But also down in Oshkosh, I don't know if any of you have been here before, there's an outlet mall. And at that time, there also used to be a Faltzcraft outlet store. And that is where that full set was bought. It was either an engagement or birthday right before I got married. And I mean, I got the full set. I think I got 8 of every dish, the smaller bread dish, bowls, big bowls, little bowls, coffee cups, serving platters. I even had matching silverware. But that plate is a Faltzcraft plate. Now, because it is 13 or 15 years old and it was bought at the outlet, I'm going to guess that you will not be able to find them unless you like scour eBay. So those were the dishes I have. And you probably could see in the picture, my kids have scraped them all up with their silverware. Because sometimes they'll do that. They'll just like sit there while they're waiting for food and drag their forks across. It's so aggravating. So that is all the talk that I have to do about the placemats and the dishes. So I'll put that over here in my moderately piled up area. And the next thing I'll say is I'm making my second Adirondack wrap from One Dog Woof. Here is one big triangle. There are 38 rows, and as you can see, there is a row pattern of doing cross stitches and mesh stitches. And you make 3. This is my second really big triangle. It takes 1 cake per triangle of the mandala cakes. You obviously could use the cupcake. You probably could use any kind of cake you want. But remember, the mandala cakes are 590 yards. And then when I'm done, I have this much yarn left over. I made one already, and I posted pictures, I believe, on my Instagram of the one I made, but I gave it to a friend before I had a chance to take pictures or show it in the video. This one, I don't remember what it's called. It'll probably come to me in a minute, but it's the green and gray one. This one I hope to keep for myself. And then after I finish my 3rd triangle, which is upstairs, and I say it's about 3/4 of the way done. I'm going to sneeze. Maybe not. When it's about 3/4 of the way done, then all I have to do is sew it together. And she says just do a W stitch. But I saw this really clever way of doing a single crochet in a YouTube video, on a video in the Crochet Addiction Facebook page I'm in, where she had a crochet hook that didn't have the handle. It was just one of those straight aluminum ones. And she did the start of a crochet, and then she slid of a single crochet. So I think she poked it in the loop, yarned over, pulled it up. Then, this is the crazy thing. She slid her hook so that, because the aluminums don't have the handle, put it in the end of it backwards into the other side, because you're doing this to join. Put a loop on, pulled it through, and then pulled it through all of them. And I like it, because if you single crochet to join 2 together, you get that row, that ridge, and I don't like that. And I also, I mean, I didn't mind doing the W stitch, you know, just whip stitching it or whatever. But look at how long this edge is. And that, you have to have a really long piece of yarn, and you're pulling it through, and you're tagging it out, and you're putting it in and pulling it through. And so that was kind of aggravating also. So I'm going to try to do this crazy single crochet backwards thing. And if it works out, I'll share it with y'all. Like I said, it wasn't a YouTube video that I'd seen. It was somebody who made a little video and posted it in a Facebook group. So, yeah, that is what I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do this. When I finish my 3rd triangle, I'm going to try that crazy stitch. I'll let you know if it works and how I like it, or if I just stopped it and did my regular whip stitch. So let's see here. I think that's all I have here to talk about. I talked about my mail. I talked about my purchase, the placemats, the Adirondack wrap. And then I will say, I'm almost ready to do my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I've ordered my Happy Crafter bag. One of them I'm going to keep, and the other one I'm going to use in a giveaway. So that should be coming in the mail any day now. And then I'll have my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I think I'm going to have 3 winners. a grand prize, a first place, if you will, and then I'm sorry you didn't get the grand prize, but here's 3 or 4 skeins of yarn. So that's all I've got going on here in my pile of stacks of yarn everywhere. And I do need to clean this area out, so that should be coming soon. On my next video, I will talk about the future patterns that I plan to make, the future plans, and I'll have those all printed out and I'll show you, and then I'll have links in the description if you wanted to try those. So that's it for this video, folks. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, liking, and sharing, and doing all that jazz. And until then, happy crafting.